Hello, so this is my new look and I wanted to show you how I do it from beginning to the end. Hi everyone, it's Talia yet again, and I decided just to follow through my makeup routine with you guys and maybe share some things that I do. Again, I'm going to be using a mirror just in front of me here to see what I'm doing and how it looks on my face. Today I don't look that bad as previous time, but still absolutely no makeup on my face right now. So I will start as usual from my beloved Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base, which is similar like a primer, but yeah, I really love it. It has a very nice smell to it, and it also definitely feeds the skin. I have strange skin around my nose. It's very dry, but then it's also oily, so it's like a mixed skin, which I will just dot this paste on my face and hope for the best because my skin had some really rough days recently. The reason being as all the food that I'm eating is really not good and it shows on the skin. So really, no matter what product you use, if you're not eating well and you're not feeding yourself nutrients that you need, so that would definitely reflect on your skin. And therefore my skin is not that nice, but we will work on it and we will try to make me beautiful again. So yes, so definitely what I do as well, I tap my face, especially under eyes, because apparently it promotes the flow under your eyes and makes it and make you look more awake. Okay, so it looks like it's actually what I like about Bobbi Brown as well, because it kind of soaks into your skin quite quickly, so you don't have to wait, especially if you are in a rush and you rushing to work or go anywhere you need to go or get to. And yeah, so that's good. So next step after this is definitely my beloved Estee Lauder foundation double wear. It is really, really, really good. Honestly, that's probably the best foundation that I ever used. And it looks like very natural, like your skin. And I usually put my foundation on my hand, and then I use a sponge. And that's the best way for me to use it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on my face off camera and then come back to you with a new layer of skin. So now foundation is on. I'm not sure, I mean, obviously on camera it looks a bit different. It actually even looks oily and shiny, but believe me, in person it doesn't look like that at all. It actually looks like a layer of skin, but I realized that on camera might not be the best, but I like how it looks. It's actually, although it's called double wear, it's actually very natural and make you look healthy. Next step is definitely a concealer, and I used many different concealers from drugstore, cheaper ones to most expensive one, and I swear by this one. This is Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away. It is not too much lighter than my actual skin, but it definitely is a magic way. I can't explain it any other way, but it does make a big difference. So let me just do that. It has a as I said in my other video, is applicator is not accepted by everyone, and I also use to hide this corner because it's actually on my eyes is slightly discolored, and it makes a big difference if you cover that. I actually has quite creased under eye, so I put it sparingly, and I don't know, it just actually makes my under eyes look very beautiful. But obviously I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to take a brush, which is a small brush I always use for my under eyes. 1 second. That is brush looking like this, and what I do, I just blend the concealer into my skin, and it actually marries with foundation very seamlessly. It blends away in seconds. You don't have to work on it. It doesn't look dry on your skin. It doesn't look like you have something under your eyes. And although maybe it doesn't cover it completely, but that's what I like. It's a natural. It's and I like natural look. That's what I'm all about. Natural and beautiful, and it doesn't look plasticky or anything like that. That's what I like. Then I obviously want to set my eyes as soon as possible, or under eyes as soon as possible. And you're gonna be bored with this. Yes, a Charlotte Tilbury, another product, which is a airbrush flawless finish powder. But what I do, I just, with a small brush, just go around under eye and also around my nose. It actually so finely milled powder that it does veil any pores that you might have, and also prevents your under eyes from creasing. Obviously, if you have wrinkles, they will be there, like you smile. See, my wrinkles are still there, but it still kind of veils your under eyes, and it doesn't, some concealers might conceal all the dark circles around the eyes, but it makes you look older, and I don't like that. I don't like that sort of effect. I would rather have slightly, discoloration, but my eyes look smooth, which I don't have, it's quite good, I'd say. Then I take a big brush and I also set my face, which hopefully for the camera will take some of the shine away, which I don't think for camera it did the trick, but it looks beautiful. It makes your skin look flawless, beautiful and youthful, like a Tina Gay, and that's what I like. Okay, so then obviously it's a blank canvas now, and I can do whatever I need to do to make myself to start shaping my face. So I tried again different contour powders, and I stayed with this, which is again Charlotte Tilbury product, and I like her products because they're more subtle. Or you can find quite more subtle products that doesn't look muddy, doesn't look dirty on your skin. It actually creates almost like a slight natural shadow, and it looks beautiful. For me, my face becomes slightly more snatched, as they say. And you don't have to really rub it in, although it might look like that I'm rubbing it in, but I'm not. I'm actually just doing slight light movements to create a line on my cheek, as it were, and create a shadow. It blends very nicely. And again, I do that as well in here because I just think that my jawline could definitely be improved. You know what I mean? Just a little improvements. That's what you need to improve. So I would probably benefit from beauty lights, because this light makes me look like a bit of a greasy monster. Okay, so I also like to take a MAC bronzer, which is medium deep, mineralized skin finish natural powder, and it is good because it's very natural. Yet again, it doesn't come out too much, but it gives that slightly sun-kissed look and I use it almost like with the Charlotte Tilbury to you know, just make my face slightly more defined. And it doesn't require a lot of powder because it's quite natural, as I said. But even a little bit of that powder on your face just gives it a slightly different shape. And it's very subtle. You don't have to, you know, like work on it too much or change it too much. But yeah, and I usually put it on my neck as well, just to kind of match my neck with my face a bit more. Focus on here as well, just to create a bit of a like a shadow. So I know it didn't change that much, but you know, in person I have slightly sun-kissed look right now, which I like. So next step, I'm gonna use now I'm gonna use the blush, and to be honest, it's very difficult to find a good blush. I always look for something and I never can find it, and this ruby blush that I had in one of those glossy boxes arrived, and it looks coral. I guess it's a coral color, and that's color that I really like. It's also quite, it's not very harsh. You can do it quite sparingly, and it gives a nice cheek color, which you can, you know, build up. I like buildable blushes that you can, you know, just add on and see how it changes, how your face looks like. And you certainly don't want to too much, because you can risk to become a bit like a clown. Now, for my liking, these cheeks look a bit too much. So one trick that I've learned that you can slightly diffuse your cheeks is to put some powder on top with a different brush, and that slightly kind of diffuses the whole thing, or is supposed to, which, you know, I want slightly flushed cheeks. I don't want red clown cheeks, that's for sure. So so next step for me is highlighter. I love highlighters. I don't have many, but I probably should invest in more highlighters. I guess I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, obviously. And I don't like to put a lot of highlighter. It's just subtle. It just kind of lift certain parts of my face a bit more. This one is a limited edition. I guess you can only get it online. It's Magic Star highlighter. Quite a reasonable price. I think it's around £25. So I'm just gonna put it on the top of my cheeks, and it has, you know, very subtle sheen to it, and I don't like when it's more than that, to be honest. It's really subtle and nice and creates a bit of a dimension. I also like to take a small brush like so and just put it slightly on my top of my nose, then on the tip of my nose, just a little bit, you know, just to kind of create that tiny. Sometimes I contour my nose, but I chose this time not to, and just on a cupid's bow, just a little bit. And you know, that's what I mean, saying that when it's subtle, it doesn't have to be a really like lots of products. It's what I want is to enhance my face and make it slightly not as scary from life that I'm experiencing. But anyway, so that's the steps. And I guess with eyes, my eyes are very sensitive, and I usually use one sort of shadow that I pick, and I just put it all over my lid, and I also put slightly darker at the top, because I have hooded eyes and they're quite, you know, with age they become more and more hooded. So I'm gonna put slight sort of base color. So I use only a few brushes, so I'm gonna do the same just to kind of achieve the look that I want. So I'm going to use a palette that has dual shift to it. So when you put on, it's actually these colors, and you can see it's kind of shifts and change the color. So I'm not sure, what do I want? Yeah, I'm gonna do that, why not? So first I'm gonna put some darker shade as I guess just to create a slight shape of my eye. These shadows are really expensive, so I'm starting from a corner and I slowly build towards the start of my eye. I use quite a big brush, but you can see even with a slight movement of the brush it changes the look of your eye. And I used to do this mistake when I used to like push brush into my eye, but really all you need, and it only comes, this understanding comes after quite a lot of practice, and I only start practicing at 39. That all you need is just a very light push with the brush, and you can slowly, with good shadows, you can slowly build a effect that you want on your eye. You know what I mean? So first I use quite a bigger brush to kind of speed up the process, and you obviously want your eyes to look similar way. I'm almost like trying to create a darker shadow to hide my my droopy eye. So I'm gonna carry on and come back when I finish, because it's quite a boring long. I'm not very good at this, so I'm still learning. And now I created a slight shadow, and I'm gonna put this chrome type shadow on my eye. And what I want to do, I want to put shiny bits just at this part of my eye to create this illusion that my eye is not hooded. I am not very good at this, and I think I might need to use a finger to apply the shadow rather than a brush, but let's start with a brush and then see if so. It creates a nice shift to it. These Pat McGrath shadows are extremely expensive. That's like you know, it's unbelievably expensive. It was a gift, so it's strange. This shadow looks at different colors at different depends, you know, at what angle the light hits your eyes. So, and then in my corners of my eyes, I'm gonna take a sort of smaller brush and gonna take this another amazing color and put it into corners of my eye just to highlight it a bit more and open my eyes even more. Now the question is, I always ask myself, should I put anything underneath my eye? Because my eyes really, I'm not sure, but let me just see and test it. Okay, so I think I'm happy with my eyes. I put same brown underneath my eye to look a bit more defined, I guess. So next step is to put lipstick on, and I will use a lipstick that I really like. It's called Cloud Lips and it's by Laka & Co. Actually, I recommend to check them out. So I'm going to put the lipstick from the tube as I would normally. I'll look into the mirror here. Has this, it is a clouded lips in a way. I didn't use pencil to define my lips, because one thing as well, I was advised that once you apply lipstick, you always use a tissue to then kind of bite into it, and because lips has to look more natural, you know what I mean? So I'll do this. You can see actually it looks much better now for me. And I will put a slight amount of floss gloss, which is very similar color to the lipstick, just kind of in a middle of the lip to give a slight lift to the lips. So now this is me with my makeup. Oh, by the way, sorry, before I go through the transformation, as it were, I want to also to put some glow mist. Why not? I deserve it, and I want my makeup to stay longer, so I'm gonna spray myself with this and on my neck as well. Yes, it's called Candy Cosmetics Pre-Glow Up Mist. Get your skin glow ready. When it dries, it gives a slight shine to it. Okay, so now let's look how I look. Okay. So, oh god, I am quite shiny with this, aren't I? Okay. Yes, that's a good lighting. I don't know, this camera makes me look a bit weird. Don't like this camera. Okay. So result is here. That's how I look right now. I actually look for myself much better in the mirror than in camera, but you know what I mean. So that's me. That's how I look. That's my routine. Comments, advice, what I should be doing differently, most welcome. You know, I have mature skin already, so I need to learn how to hide my flaws better, but that's what I use on a daily basis. That is most natural. I know I use slightly shine on my eyes, but why not? It's locked down, it's sad. So anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, keep coming back to my channel or to my group. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.